Alright, here we are on the hood of the Leviathan, take 7. Thanks to that little asshole right there. Here's the boxes. I've already got them open because this is take 7. There's the bubble wrap. I've already got it open because this is take 7. You need to get the hell away from here. Forgive me. Those of you out there who know me are aware that I work somewhere between 74 and 82 hours a week. Temper gets a little bit short. Sorry about the lighting. It was better when I got home. But I sat down on the tailgate of the truck, and then it was 4 hours later. Okay. Boxes. We're not going to get to do the fun opening thing, thanks to the damn cat. Yeah, I don't have my tech crew either because I'm not really child safe at the moment. So I asked them to not help. When you open the boxes, the boxes are packed really full with the big bubble wrap. The big bubble wrap is always a disappointment because you see the big bubbles and you think, oh wow, I should be able to really make some noise, but you can't. You squeeze it and the air runs into some other bubble. But at any rate, your miniature is well protected. Inside of that is a little envelope made of the good fun bubble wrap. On top of it all is a return sticker. Just in case, there's a return sticker here just in case there's a problem and you got to send it back. And to start, this is the first one that I ordered. Not because he's a favorite character. Aha! We have tested the durability. An ear broke off when the cat grabbed it and ran. So we have tested that durability. It may be fall safe. It is not freaking cat safe. Anyway, this guy had 2 ears. Through the first several takes of this video, he had 2 ears. I'll probably sculpey some more. Still, okay, there's a general chunkiness about the Hero Ford miniatures. I'm not really crazy about. I mean, even when you dial it down low, they're still kind of chunky. It's like an artistic choice, I guess. We're testing the colored plastic. Don't let the broken ear deceive you. I mean, they do warn you, don't drop them, don't throw them. And the damn cat has been up here knocking it off the truck 8 or 9 times. And he finally lost an ear. So, you know, I'm going to guess it's durable enough for play. It will not survive repeated cat attacks. All the ones I have seen reviewed on YouTube so far, they all have the round base. I think I saw one with a square base. I'm a fan of Champions. I'm a fan of Fantasy Hero. I'm a fan of Traveler Hero. And accordingly, I sort of like the hex base. When you look at the base, these earlier ones, and even the newer ones, I'm sure, they've all got a little number on them. Not sure if it relates to your order number or some production clue for them. But now, because I ordered these before this option existed, now there's an option you can get custom numbering and lettering on the bottom. Put your name, your serial number, character's name, whatever it is you'd like to have. But the whole reason we're doing this, and I wish I had not fallen unconscious during the good light, is I really wanted to see how they looked compared to how I modeled. They do come out a little bit lighter than when you're using the little character modeler to design it on the website. They come out a little bit lighter, but it's not a surprise because there's a preview. If you click the buy function and then select colored plastic, it will give you a realistic preview of how the colors look. Why it can't just use that color palette while you're doing the creator is totally beyond me. Completely baffling. Look, we know exactly what this color will look like printed. Well, then why the hell aren't you putting that color in the palette so I can pick some other color and know what it'll look like printed? Details, pretty good. There is a texture, and of course I haven't seen any 3D printing that doesn't have a texture. In this case, it kind of works. It gives a nice, terry cloth towel texture to his cape. Let's see if we can get in there and see the borders of the cape. Anyway, the borders are, there's a blue border like the back of the cape. Oh, there we go. There's a blue border. Sorry, it's not the camera, it's the lighting. I can only get so tight before it just blacks out. But there's the border of the cape. One thing that they do that I don't like. I mean, everybody loves this. Everybody that paints miniatures. Oh, you got miniatures and cityscapes and models and all that other stuff. Oh, you got to put a wash on it. You got to put a wash on it. You got to put a wash on it. Put on a black wash. Put on a brown wash. It makes it look real. It doesn't make it look real. It makes it look dull. And it makes it look pretty damn depressing, I'm going to tell you. If there was an option, and you can see it in this, I mean, I don't know if they dip it in something or spray something. I can't imagine that they're printing the wash. Anyway, this is a white character. And he's got that gray, I've been washed look. Hootie rah. All of his little gauntlets have... again, I'm sorry. I'll see if I can't play with the settings and get a better view. But with the light like it is, I really don't think we're going to get it to focus. Oh, there we go. Alright, there you can really see, at least in the cape, and on part of Wonder Bunny here. Yeah, story. I'm not going to say a funny story because it's just a story. Character was created years and years and years ago as sort of a throwaway NPC, and his name was Thunder Bunny because, you know, rabbit legs, and when he would jump, there would be a kaboom every time he jumped. And then, after a few years of him popping in and out, there's the wash. You can see that little dark line. And it may be printed in there. I mean, they may be doing that on purpose. I wish there was like an option you could tick for, no, I'm looking for bright and adventurous, upbeat stories. Please do not wash my stuff and make it depressing or mold it like it's been washed or whatever it is you're doing. Please don't do that. But it's not a choice. Anyhow, they are fairly tough. I did several drop tests and even put it on the concrete, even dropped it off the hood onto the concrete twice in more than one of the previous attempts at this video. It did not survive being attacked by the cat and carried away and chewed on. Cape is not very springy, which is weird, and I'll show you why on another one. But the cape is not as springy as I expected it to be in plastic. They're fairly hard. I mean, you can tell from the sound. They're as hard and brittle as you generally expect 3D printing to be. Anyhow, you can see the details. But yeah, anyway, I was telling that story. One of the... Oh yeah, and his little rabbit tail in there. A new player pointed out that there was, in fact, a character called Thunder Bunny. So his name was changed slowly to Wonder Bunny. But it doesn't matter because he doesn't show up that often. He's more a comedy relief sort of character. When nobody wants to make a brick and you really need one, you make them endure the periodic arrival, the periodic interference of Wonder Bunny. Next one I did, and I need to thank Scott Ruggles. Scott, I appreciate it. He nailed the initial design. I changed the posing a little bit to make it more appropriate. Let's see if we can get a good shot of this so you can see what a people face looks like on these. People faces, come on camera, focus. I know you prefer more light, but focus. Alright, the people faces cast really well. No colors are added, in spite of the fact that you select eye color. No colors are added. Again, you can see the vaguely fuzzy texture. It looks okay in person, at least, you know, if you have eyes like mine or worse. It looks perfectly fine. The detail on the sword is impressive. The detail on the armor is pretty impressive. She has lots of little items on her belt, and great big boots, and great big gloves, and, you know, great big shoulders, because, as I said, Hero Forge stylistically has, let's back that up a little bit, just has a general chunky build. And honestly, the chunky build works. By the way, right now I'm sitting here where I can see the miniature and the camera is not really doing justice to the lightening of the color. It is a little bit lighter than what you're seeing. What you're seeing is actually about what I picked out, or excuse me, what Scott picked out based on the reference material I sent to him. The hair looks great because, you know, that's what hair looks like. It's textured and fuzzy. You can see there's highlights done in the coloring, which is actually pretty cool. I wasn't really expecting that at all, being size plastic. This one I put her on a quote-unquote stone base and used 3 different colors for that, just to try to give it a little bit nicer look. And I was sort of curious how that would work. Again, as I mentioned with the rabbit, there's a number on the base of that. Now, I have a couple more that have not arrived yet that have the new do your own numbers in the bottom, and I played with that just to see how it's going to look. I'll try to put another video up if those come out. And once again, they are tough enough to survive play, to survive a fall from a tabletop. I mean, oppa, you know, hey, finally broke it. Well, after the treatment that the rabbit got, I really expected that one to be more durable. Still, a little bit of super glue and this should be good as new. So, at least you know you're getting honest reviews here. You're not getting somebody being ginger or delicate. Alright, this is from an amphibian race in one of my fantasy hero games. I selected a little bamboo base. And, come on, focus. We picked to have him a little... Scrolls were not an option except for rolled up. So, you know, they're supposed to be using scrolls, but he's got a book. He's got his little ceremonial headdress on. This is a warrior priest of an amphibian race. So that's a headdress. I do not have amphibians with horns. His little sword. Now, weirdly enough, this is very flexible. And her sword was very flexible. Her knees were not. Well, we get an unprecedented access to angle to see that it's, you know, there's solid cast. There's no lattice work or anything going on in there. They've got more weight than I expected. My brother printed a few things once, and it took, oh, I don't know, 4 sessions for them to get mostly crumbled and destroyed. So these are way tougher than that. And again, it's an honest review. You watch me toss it up in the air a couple of feet. I don't know, a little higher than the roof of the truck. Let's say 3.5 feet from the hood, people, not from the ground, from the hood. 3.5 feet from the ground. It went up anyway. A little super glue, she'll be good as new. As soon as I gut the cat and dig that ear out, he'll be good as new. Don't really have anything to add. The packaging is great. The service is great. The colors are a little bit lighter, but again, when you're done with your model, if you'll select buy, it'll give you some preview options. You can preview it in the colored plastic. It will show lighter colors. Why the entire palette is not based on those lighter colors, since they know what they are, that's beyond me. Pretty happy with these things. Got a couple more coming. The price is ridiculous. And that is the point of this video. Is it worth the price? Well, if you really like miniatures, if you're one of these people that, you know, I just need miniatures in my game. That's what makes my game feel like a game. I don't want to fall into the same trap I did with that 4 edition Champions POD based on that absolute garbage scan. No, they're not worth the money. It has nothing to do with the breakability or anything like that. If you can paint miniatures, they are not worth $50 a pop to get them in color. They're just not. Even if they were completely... If I could run over these with the truck and they were fine, they're not worth $50. You can buy all kinds of little metal miniatures at your hobby shop. You can buy plastic miniatures. You can even buy sets of these little superhero miniatures that they're releasing as toys instead of game miniatures, and repaint them. And that's what it boils down to. If you can paint, they are not even close to worth the money they cost. The $7 STL files, yeah, I'd probably do that. You know, if I had access to a 3D printer, I could probably do that. You catch them on sale for $3.99, even better. The plain gray or plain black, They're like 20 something, 20 or 20 something bucks. Again, no, objectively, it's not really worth it. If you absolutely, positively cannot paint, I still don't know that they're worth 50 bucks. Now, if you can find the options to cast exactly the character that you visualized, which was the case with this young lady here, and honestly, it was the case with him, but I don't need a miniature of him. We've got the drawing that we just pop up in game and go, yep, that stack of 3 dice right there, yeah, that's him. If you really, really just have an absolute craving to get this one exact character, and you have 50 bucks that you are willing to just wipe your nose with, then yeah, go for it. I mean, honestly, you're never going to find a pre-manufactured miniature that is exactly your character. If you do superheroes, maybe. The key with Hero Forge, if you're doing superheroes, is that you have to do superheroes that don't dress like superheroes. The best you're going to find is a riding cape, and then you just paint the little undressed mannequin that pops up for you to look at, or to build your model out of. Just color the undressed mannequin, put a cape on it, and that's as close as you're going to get. Now let me warn you, you're not going to get boots and trunks and fancy symbols and all that, because you paint it in individual layers that are, or locations that are selected as highlights. For example, his abdomen would have been one color, and his chest would have been another color, and his neck would have been another color, and his upper bicep one color, and his tricep one, that same color, and then right there in the middle between the bicep and the tricep, that little muscle that runs down to the inside of the forearm, that would have been a whole different color. I mean, Hero Forge is just like every other miniature company out there, in that they're like, screw superheroes, nobody cares. So keep that in mind if you get all excited, if you decide, hey, look, I found 50 bucks floating in the toilet, I'm going to go send it to Hero Forge, because I don't want to, keep it in my wallet. But I'm going to build me a superhero. You're probably not going to build you a superhero. You go to Hero Forge. If your superhero doesn't dress like a superhero, if your superhero was clothes instead of a costume, well, it's still kind of up in the air. If they ever do layered clothing, you'll have better options. Anyhow, the camera says that this take 6 or take 7 or whatever it is at this point is pushing over 18 minutes. So I'm going to quit here. You have seen the most honest review for Hero Forge miniatures I can give you. They are not cat proof. They are not exactly fall off the table proof. Most tables I play on are no higher than what I just tossed that one up in the air and watched it break. They are cool. They look great. They are overpriced, but they are really nice looking. You have to live with their stylistic choices, which is, not that bad, honestly. They're miniatures. Everybody's got to make a stylistic choice before you sculpt anything. And they, they can come in colors, as you saw right here. I'm not sure. I guess there's a white skeleton that goes in the middle. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for watching.